Hi there, we're out in downtown Indianapolis and we're going to learn a little bit about mental models today. What are mental models, you might be asking? Mental models consist of the internal representation of what our current reality is. It's a major part of our cognitive thought and decision making that we use every day. Once you've formed a mental model on a subject, it actually can replace carefully considered analysis as a means of conserving time and energy. This first exercise that we're going to do is just an introduction, basically to see how people think differently. The conclusions we draw as people are based on our past experiences and the atmosphere that we were raised in. We're going to do some word association and ask for a one-word response to the word that I say, to see what kind of different responses we get. So let's hit the streets and see what we can come up with. Word is flower.
Spring. Kinky. Pretty.
Hot.
Bread.
Cornflower. Tulip.
Chips.
Potato. Money.
Dip. Potato.
Salsa.
Maize.
Bush.
George.
Roast.
Bad. Fuck me.
Tree.
Domestic. Battery.
Violence.
Violence. Help.
Violence.
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 Plant.
Animal. Power. I love.
Animal. Garden.
Flower.
Gosh, I can't think of a plant.
Cop.
Robber.
Police.
Money.
Metro Police.
Fuck the police. Fuck the police. You know what I'm saying? What's happening?
Runneth.
Police.
Club.
Chicago. Beer.
Bar.
Poppin'. I get.
Night.
Med. Bump.
Road.
Road.
I'm bumping with a whole ass nigga.
Don't have a feeling for that.
Road.
Speedboat.
Doe.
Deer. Deer. Some Doty, some Kush.
Ray. Ray.
Bread.
Cookie.
Sex.
Great. Yes.
Rock and roll. Always.
Me.
I'm a beast. I get naked for them hoes. Wait a minute. What's happening?
This next segment dives into mental models a little bit deeper by bringing up controversial topics and issues. And then we're just going to ask people to describe their position on the issue. Those with clearly formed mental models are going to be ready to spill out their guts about it. The ones who don't, they're going to take a little bit more time. You're going to see them thinking about it, a little slower to respond. And even if they don't, they're in the process of forming a mental model about that issue as we ask them. So let's hit the streets and see what kind of responses we can come up with.
There are certain issues where animals might need to be used for certain research purposes, and I'm okay with that. But as far as my animal, no.
I have a dog myself. Do not think that animals should be used in testing for fragrances, cosmetics, that kind of thing.
Is fur murder?
Is fur murder? I think in many cases, animals are raised and bred just like cows or pigs are raised to eat. I think they're raised to have their fur taken for a fur coat, a fur hat.
I'm in favor of animal rights. I'm an animal lover, and I feel sorry for the way humans treat animals.
So is fur murder?
Yeah, it depends on the animal that it comes from. I'm not a vegan, and I eat meat, but at the same time I don't believe in
Fur farms?
killing. Yeah, I don't believe in that.
As far as murder, I love fur, so I wouldn't
Right.
say that.
Gun control, I think it is a major issue, and I think it should be there should be some type of gun control establishment here in the city, so that, like right now, we're seeing an NFL player getting in trouble by just having a gun with him. And I think that's kind of stupid to carry a gun with you, and just because you're flaunting jewelry and stuff, bling bling. I don't think you need to have to carry a gun.
They should be more lenient with us, man. I just had a pistol case myself, 2 seasons deep, but I paid like $1,700 for my attorney, so not a damn stain on me.
It scares me to think that if we limit who has them, just like marijuana or other kinds of drugs, it's like a child with candy. You cannot have that candy, so you want it. You cannot have that food, so you want it. And I think it's the same with guns, that if you are denied a privilege because we live in a free country, you feel like it's your right to take control of it. And I don't believe that the government should tell us who shouldn't have guns.
I'm not an avid hunter or anything. I have some. I have relatives that hunt. I think those kinds of things are acceptable behavior in this country. But when you can't say you go deer hunting with an Uzi. That's out of banks.
I'm in favor of gun control. I believe in the Second Amendment, but I think the government needs to regulate certain types of guns. I don't think every citizen has a right to own an Uzi or an assault rifle, and I don't think felons or people mentally unstable should have guns. So I believe in gun control to a certain extent, but not total.
So more gun control then?
More than we have now, probably. Yeah, I think guns in our society are a real problem.
I think he's going to be a good president. I did not vote for him, but I think he will attempt to work to make some change.
I love Barack Obama.
It's a unique situation, and he's going to need a lot of help. He needs to hire the right advisors.
Obama, y'all! I love Obama.
It's maybe the most serious problem we're facing today. I believe in it, and I believe that it is caused by, to a large part, human activity, and that we need to address that. We need to change the way we live.
It's cold in the motherfucker. I ain't tripping.
I think a lot more companies are doing a lot to affect the greening of America and the world. See a lot more locally, and I think it's become more of a grassroots project.
I think it was a little extreme, but I think that it was needed.
One more time for the hood.
I got mixed feelings on that. On the one hand, I think the market should determine which companies survive and which don't. And if they're not good enough and they made bad decisions, screw them.
So there you have it. That's the word on the street. I hope today was informative to you. now you can see that not everybody comes up with the same things. Not everyone's mental model is the same, and we need to be sensitive to that when we're talking with people. I'm Nick Tipton, signing off.